What is going on, guys? Wow, what a crazy day. It's January 29th, day after the Fed meeting. The markets are getting wrecked. So let us check out some analysis. What do you guys think? It seemed like a pretty dovish meeting to me, but apparently markets didn't like that. I think this was a market maker move personally, but okay, so let's look at the chart. This is the SPY chart. Look at that move. Now we were at 697-ish all the way to lows of 684, 685, 684-ish. Okay. So what do you guys think? Do you think we bounce? Do you think there's more downside? It looks like we're holding the 9 and the 21 barely. Let's see what happens. SPY was down about 1.5% today. So yeah, let's check out some other charts. This is the one that I have been talking about, which is Palantir. Again, I said this in my previous video that I wanted it to hold this 200 SMA. We didn't hold it. Now, I personally did buy shares on this 200 SMA, and I did say in my previous video that if we don't hold here, we could potentially come back down to this zone, which I believe that this is a bounce zone here at about 148. Now, full transparency, this is what I did with my money. Nothing I say is financial advice. You tell me what you're doing with your money. But personally, what I did is I bought shares here. And then this morning, again, it's 11 o'clock where I'm at. We still have, what, 3 hours for the market to be open. Should I say, normal trading hours? And I did take a position here as well. Okay, so I bought here and then I basically doubled down here. And as you can see, so far, again, we still have 3 hours in the trading session, but we are bouncing here at 148. Okay, so now, I do see some support. It's not super strong, but if we were to break this, we do have some support here at around 142. Now, the only thing with Palantir is we have earnings here in about 2 or 3 days, so anything can happen. But I do believe that unless something crazy happens, more tariff news, a black swan event, something crazy happens, I do believe that this is a good spot to buy. Again, not financial advice, but just what I'm doing to go long, and hopefully potentially by the end of the year, which would be nice, is a move back to 200 or in the next few months. Again, I would like to see this bounce. I mean, as you can see here, we bounced at 148, and in about 3 weeks we ran to all-time highs at 207. Okay, we bounced again, and about 2 weeks we ran to 150. So this could be. I'm just saying all in 2026 because I'm more of a long-term holder, but this could be a 2 to 3 week, maybe a month trade, and this comes all the way back up to 180, 190, even potentially 200. Okay, this could, again, like I said, do your own due diligence, but that is what I'm doing with my money. Okay, so let's check out the next one. Next one that I did buy today was Robinhood. Now, we didn't, the same thing with this one, we did not hold the 200 SMA. I'm hoping that by day close, we can close above this 200 SMA. But I did say in my Discord, link is in the description actually, but I did tell my Discord community, I said, hey, if we hold this line here, this is a good zone to buy at. That's where I will be buying at. As you can see, we've hit it a few times, kind of rejected, held it as support, and 99.20, we're currently sitting at 101, 101.30. So if my community would have gotten calls on that area, they'd be up, a little decent amount. But this is where I would like to see it hold here. And actually, let me go into Discord and I'll show you. Okay, so this is our Discord, and I said this around 10 a.m. Hood is sitting on support around 99.20. Palantir around 148. For me, this is a buy zone. So yeah, that's what I told my Discord community this morning. And let's go back into the charts. And so far, it's been holding out. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that it's going to hold that. Okay, anything can happen. Some tariff news, a tweet comes out, something. Powell goes on an interview and says something. We don't know, right? Nobody knows. Okay, but again, as you can see, this has been an area of support just like Palantir. So we could bounce from here and then come up into this. This was at one point, this was support. Now it's going to be resistance. Hopefully we can come back up into this 108 range and then see what happens from there. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. Again, full transparency, what I did is I did buy some shares here at yesterday at 130 103.90, I believe, pretty much on this SMA. And then this morning I bought more here on 99.20 ish is where I bought more shares. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Another one is Netflix. We've been, this one's actually just this one's just been chilling. Okay, this one's been kind of bothering me. I think it's kind of been bothering everybody. Let me take these away. This was from my previous video. But yeah, I feel like everybody's been kind of getting annoyed with Netflix. I have too. Again, this is a long-term hold for me. So, it's one of those set it and forget it things. I've been telling my Discord community, I told them, I'm like, don't expect a move to 150 in the next 2 months. Now, it could happen, 100%. It could definitely make a move back up to 120, 130 this year. I'm not doubting that. But again, Netflix for me is a longer term hold. And I believe that, at these levels, this is a buy. Again, not financial advice, just my opinion, but I believe in the next 1 to 3 years, maybe even 1 to 5 years, just to give it some extra time, this will be a $150 stock again. And at these levels, it's basically a double. Okay. So I'm holding these for the long haul. Now, again, as you can see, we came back up, we tested the 9 EMA here. And again, like I said in my previous video, I said, we've held this line basically this is the line in the sand at this point. We held it once, we held it twice, and then we basically bounced here, but we couldn't get above it, and now we're right back here. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. As long as this level holds, this is still a good spot to be in to go long. Now, if it were to break this level, again, like I said in previous videos, I think that we could flush down to this level here at around $72, and that's where I would add more shares. Okay, so this is a level that I'm looking for. This 82.30, 82.40 level pretty much has to hold in order for us to, we'll flush lower if we don't hold that level. Okay, now the only thing is that a lot of the times, the more it bounces off of that support or it bounces off of that resistance, a lot of the times, the more it does it, at some point, it could just break through. Okay, now I'm not calling for that. I'm not saying it will, but I think if we keep bouncing, and we just keep going up and down and up and down and bouncing off of the support, at some point we will probably break it and go to this level. Now, again, if we do, I'm a buyer. If we don't, I'm okay with that because I have my position and I'm holding for for all of 2026 and beyond. Okay, so those are 3 stocks that I have on my watch list that I'm buying, and those are the levels that I'm buying at. Okay, really quick, this is another one, Bitcoin. I'm just gonna throw this one in there really, really quick. This one will be quick. But I told my Discord community, and I actually made a video about it the other day. I titled the video, "Is the Bitcoin Bull Run Over?" Again, we did break this channel, and I told my community, I said, if we break this, it's not looking good for Bitcoin. And as you can see, we have fallen about $5,000. Okay. So again, I feel like a lot of people aren't, they're not, they're just kind of blindly buying. And I hope you like and subscribe and watch this channel because again, I've been posting these charts and they're playing out so far. Again, that this one is one I believe that we could come back down here to 80,000 possibly, make a like a double bottom and then bounce. But again, we'll call that at a later date. For right now, all I'm saying is I told my Discord at about 89,000. If we break this, it's a no go for me. And ever since that, we've been selling off. Okay, so the next one is APLD, Applied Digital. Okay, so again, this is one that's been shopping around in this area. Like I said, I covered it the other day. So we did break above and we actually did hold this level. But again, because of the Fed meeting, everything tanked and everything came back down. So let's see how this plays out. We're currently holding the 9 Actually, the markets are stabilizing a little bit. SPY is back up to 690. It was all the way down to 684. So we are stabilizing. So this could be, again, a good place to go long potentially if the market recovers. But this is the range that we're in, is the $40 range and the $34 range. We've just been chopping around in this area before we broke the previous day. But again, we didn't hold that. Okay. So these are levels that I'm looking for. Break of $40 to the upside and a bounce at $34, or either a break below $34 and coming back down here. Okay. Let's go look at IREN. This was honestly probably a good stock to get into on this bounce of this EMA. Yeah, again, markets are stabilizing. Markets are stabilizing. So as long as the markets continue to stabilize or they push higher, again, we could make, this would be my ultimate target, is to hit this level up here at around $76. That is personally my ultimate target. I've been talking about this stock since it was in the low 50s. Like I said in my previous videos, I said that I wanted it to bounce off of this zone, but we never did. But I did sell cash secured puts here in this $50 range, and basically I collected the full premium. But my target in the shorter term would be this $76. That's where I would take profit. And if we reject off of that, then basically I'll sell there. And if we break past it, then potentially that $100 range, I think that everybody wants to see that $100 range. It would not shock me if we hit that $100 range this year on IREN. Okay, so those are just a few that I am looking at right now. That is it for the video. Those are the levels that I'm looking at, and those are the levels on Palantir and Hood that I'm buying at. So really quick, let me show you my community. This is where we trade together. I have 734. Sorry, wow. Okay, let me do that again. Wow, that was horrible. That was awful. That is basically it for the video. These are the levels that I'm looking at to either go long or go short. Again, I did buy Palantir and Hood at those levels that I said, but let me just show you this trading software, which is pretty legit. Again, this is our community. We have 743 members in here. This is the classroom where I teach you how to trade. There are multiple videos in here, and the software is this link right here, TrueVest.ai. We have made thousands of dollars already. I can't even tell you how many thousands because we post these in our Discord group. But let me show you really quick on how the software looks. So what's cool is it gives you daily stock picks in seconds. It's pretty legit. You can go to trending stocks here, and it will show you all of the ticker symbols that are, whether they're bullish, whether they're bearish, whether they're hot, super hot, neutral, and this is how I make my money. Again, usually what I do is I try to find the super hot plays, the bullish plays, and then I'll find my entry and I'll go long on that play. Okay, so come and check it out. Come and check out our community. The link is in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe and show some love to the channel. If you like the videos and you like the the technical analysis that I provide, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.